Cesar Purisima for the closing remarks. Sir.
This morning, we have witnessed the first few chapters of a compelling success story built on a simple premise that good governance is good economics, sometimes referred to as economics. Economics is about an unwavering commitment to reform and build institutions in the hope that, as Secretary Abad succinctly put it during the Philippine Development Forum, our efforts will lead to an irreversibility of reform, transparency, and participation. Economics is a team effort, a collaboration between the public and private sectors, a coordination between national, local, and other branches of government, and a partnership between the local and international communities. Economics is all about building a conducive environment that will give an opportunity for every Filipino to actualize his efforts or dreams. This morning, we have heard from leaders who each have penned an exciting chapter in the story of economics. The opening remarks of Deputy Governor Gunigundo highlighted how we have laid out a foundation of economic resilience built on strengthening our external payments environment and fiscal position, improving asset quality and credit in the banking system, benign inflation, a stable peso, and a long history of policy reform. The first panel discussed transforming the Philippine economy to ensure inclusive growth, underlined government's commitment together with private sector to improve the business environment and increase investments in infrastructure and our people. The second panel on pushing forward on all fronts through good governance reforms touched on how reforms in the budget, revenue-generating agencies, securities and business regulation, and justice systems aim to provide a more predictable and more fun playing field for business. Our private sector speakers, and we thank them for their participation, Mr. Paco Sandejas and Ramon Aboitis, underscored the fact that the priorities of government and the private sector are aligned. Today, we mark and celebrate many historic milestones in the story of the Philippines. Who would have imagined 2.5 years ago that the Philippines would be one of the growth leaders in the global economy confronted with gloom? Who would have thought that within the past 2.5 years, we have erased almost a decade's worth of credit ratings decline, and we are now at the doorstep of investment grade? Who would have dreamed that there will come a day when the glimmer of hope for Mindanao to reach its full potential shall shine as bright? Who would have dared to implement reforms that have for years been in the back burner for lack of political will and support, such as the RH bill and sin taxes? Today, in as much as we have been inspired and invigorated by our victories, we have also been reminded that challenges remain. At the Department of Finance, the BIR, and the Bureau of Customs, our goal is to increase our tax effort to 16% from where it is right now at 13%, and our revenue effort to 18% from where it is right now at 14.7%. We have a program of action, and we seek your help, especially this coming April 15, especially those 1.5 million self-employed individuals, of whom only 500,000 actually filed tax returns last year. If we're able to increase their average tax payment to 200,000, that's an additional 3% of GDP. We appeal to the rich when they file their estate tax collections to file the right amount. In fact, in the estate tax area, we have flat collection for the past 10 years when asset prices have increased. At the Bureau of Customs, we appeal to the importers and exporters to pay the right amount of duties and taxes. Customs collections the past year have declined as a percentage of GDP, but we will work closely with you to make sure that we are able to collect the right amount of taxes. As we move towards an age of regional integration, the challenge for the Philippines is to make every Filipino a more productive and competitive participant in our story. We will continue to invest in infrastructure to support growth areas where the Filipino has natural competitive advantage, such as tourism, agriculture, BPO, and manufacturing. We will remain dedicated in investing in our people to ensure that he or she will be fully equipped to take on meaningful jobs and professions. We will not cease in finding ways to make doing business easier and more fun to attract more investments and create more jobs. Today, we stand hopeful that the compelling story of the Philippines will not end. Reaching investment grade will just be another chapter in economics. Good governance is indeed good economics. Thank you and good afternoon.